guys, my name is Onyinye Favor. Welcome back to my channel. And this channel will talk about things, self-help, self-productivity, everything that are geared towards making you a better version of yourself. If you haven't looked through my videos, look in the description right now. There are some videos you need to watch. Keep watching this, of course, but you can always go through my videos and watch them. It will surely help you. So what are you waiting for? Subscribe and tune on that notification bell so that you get a notification when a video drops. All right, let's get right into today's video. As you can tell from the title of this video, we're talking about breaking the rules. Break it. Break every rule there is out there. Of course, no, that's not what I mean. But yeah, I'm going to go into more like in details what I mean by breaking the rules. So if you're putting it plainly, there are actually some rules out there that needs to be broken for you to get ahead, for you to move ahead, for you to make progress. And that is what I want to talk about in this video. I was reading through an article some few weeks back, and I saw an article about breaking the rules like to get ahead. I was like, this is actually interesting. Yeah, so let's talk about it here, right? So breaking the rules to stay ahead. What are those rules? I'm going to list some of them. Number one is sticking to the corporate world. There are people who will tell you that you have to stick to the corporate world. Always just slowly climb the career ladder, and that's only how you make it. That isn't always the case. Well, I'm here to tell you, you should break that rule. Break that rule if corporate world is not your thing. Or even if it's your thing, but then you're halfway through the corporate world or halfway through the career ladder and you think, it's time for me to start a business. And then you maybe share your idea with someone and then they say, oh no, you will go out there and you cannot make it. All those things are not supposed to be things you listen to. So break that rule, go start that business. If you think it is something you want to do, go start that business. So break the rule of sticking to the corporate world. It's not always for everybody. I mean, there are some people who are going to climb that ladder or career ladder in the corporate world. There are some people who will still remain where they are in the corporate world. So it's up to you. Whatever you think is best for you, go with it. And then number two, the rule where it says, if it still works, continue with it. That rule hinders creativity. It hinders innovation. I will explain what I mean. You might have heard people talk about, it's still working. We can always use this idea. This idea is still like in vogue per se. It's still okay. It still works. So why not let's just continue with it. Well, I'm saying now that you should break that rule. It doesn't make room for thinking out of the box. So break that rule and think out of the box. It must not be that you go with it just because it works. There are easier ways of getting things done. For instance, if you are used to the way of, let's say, the traditional media, where everything is still about printing papers and all of that, you've looked into the world and you realize that a lot of people don't buy newspapers anymore. They go to the internet and they are reading from maybe websites, or they subscribe to newsletters and they get their information that way. People are on the go, looking through their phones, checking out social media platforms to get informed of what is happening in the world today. And if you're still thinking, we still have to print newspaper, you're lagging behind. So just because some people still subscribe to that channel of communication or channel of getting information doesn't mean you should stay with it. It hinders you from thinking out of the box. You're in your workplace and maybe your work or your office is used to a particular way of doing things, but then you have researched and you found out new ways, easier ways of getting things done. Why not go with it? So break that rule of saying if it still works, continue with it, especially when there's an easier way of getting things done. Yeah, that's about that. And the third one is that you can't have it all. Who says that you can have it all? You can have it all. Especially when you have really, really big ideas. You have this ambitious mind of getting things done. You have this ambitious mind of where you want to be in the future. So you can have it all as long as you don't give up. As long as you put in the work, you can have it all. Don't relax with that mindset, and then people are telling you, oh, you can't have it all, and they want you to settle for less just because they have not been able to get to where they want to be, and they think, oh, you will not be able to get where you want to be. Don't settle for less in career, in relationships, anything about you, your spiritual life, anything about you. Don't settle for less. You can indeed have it all if you don't give up. Yeah, that's about that. And then the final one I want to talk about that you should be breaking is that rule that says the grass isn't greener on the other side. I don't know if you've had people say, for instance, when someone wants to make a change, maybe because of a job that is not prioritizing her mental health or his mental health, but then because it pays the bill, you just stick with it. And then you're coming to this realization that, oh, I can't continue with this, it's toxic, the environment is toxic, my mental health is in all over the place, is in pieces. I can't stay here anymore. And then you hear, maybe you share your idea with someone, and then they tell you, just manage, endure. How will you pay the bills? Endure. If you even go outside there, you will not see a better job. It's still the same thing. Hello? I can't tell you for a fact that the grass isn't greener on the other side, but I can tell you for a fact that you should prioritize your mental health. It just takes a while before you get into depression if you continue in that toxic environment. So whether it is greener or not, once you know that you are ready to make that change, my advice for you is to make that change. Break that rule. Who knows? It might actually be greener for you. So what are the 4 rules that I mentioned? Number 1, stick to the corporate world. Please break it. It doesn't have to be the corporate world. It can be business for you. It can be freelancing for you. However you think you can make it. A lot of people are making it as influencers on different social platforms. They've not had to report to the office by 9 or by 8 in the morning to close by 5. That's not their own case. So you don't have to stick to the corporate world to make it these days. And number 2, if it still works, you can continue with it. Please don't subscribe to that limiting mindset. It is very, very limiting. It hinders creativity. It hinders innovation. It hinders you from thinking out of the box. Break it. Break that rule. And number 3, you can't have it all. Who says that? As long as you don't give up, as long as you put in the work, you can have what you want. And finally, the grass isn't greener on the other side. There's no one who can say for sure that's the case, because not everyone has, been on different sphere of life. You've not gone to different jobs. All the jobs, you can't say all the jobs or all the offices all over the world, or even in where you are located, is toxic. That's not the case. So it might actually be greener. Prioritize your mental health in this case. That's it, guys, for this video. Thank you for listening. Don't forget to subscribe. Subscribe to my channel, and don't forget, break that rule. So tell me in the comment section, what rule are you going to break right now? Which of these rules that I mentioned applies to you, and what are you breaking right now? If you have any more rule you think we should break, I think you should leave it also in the comments and tell me that rule you think we should all break so that we can move forward. Thank you guys for watching. Bye.